I know your mum. My problem with your mum is too much information.
TMI. Were you there when she read the first 2 chapters of the book she was writing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's something I can never forget.
What was in it?
Sort of a memoir of her sexual history.
What?
And she read it to me and my brother. And
I've read all 15 books. They're great.
do you know? Oh God, I don't know if I can say this.
Of course
Wait,
you can say it.
I can
Come on.
say it. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere, right?
No.
That's actually the title of one of your mum's books, isn't it?
So she was working on one of her chapters of, you know, many sexual exploits that she's had late into the night in her house. And Rob has taken up this new habit of night eating, where he's kind of like half asleep and he walks downstairs and he gets snacks from the fridge or whatever. So he went to get ice cream from the fridge, but he was stark naked and she saw his bollocks. She was just writing her memoirs and she looked at me, he's like, "Oh, sorry, Gwen," and just covered it up and walked out with the ice cream.
And she's like, chapter 7. My son-in-law's bollocks.
It was a hot day in Los Angeles.
Couldn't tell that when Rob walked in.
I've got to make up a bullshit story about my mother-in-law seeing my testicles. Maybe I'll say I was sleep eating.
We'll be making ourselves smarter and not robots smarter. And I feel like in 10 years' time, we're all going to be hidden down the bottom of a bunker, afraid to say anything in case our hair straighteners hear us.
I think you can get too attached to them, though. You know, like, because I can't have a poo now unless I've got my phone in my hand. I've literally conditioned myself that my bowels will not engage unless I'm playing,
True.
you know...
I'm the same. I
Fruit
can't.
Ninja.
I only cut my toenails when I do a poo.
Oh, God.
You're just sitting there doing nothing. You just get your clipper out and just start chopping away.
Yeah, but you're not doing nothing. You're having a shit.
Are you cutting your toenails dry?
What? Yeah. What?
OK, I'll only ever cut my toenails after I've been in the bath.
Oh, what?
Because your nails go really soft, because then they don't go flying around.
That's a good... You know what? When you go to my house, there's toenails all over the place, in my bed, and my pillows.
You're shitting in your bed?
No! The toenails! When I'm clipping them, they just start flying everywhere.
Yeah, but you're taking a shit when you're clipping them.
Oh, no, but I've got ensuite. I've got ensuite. I forgot to add that, sorry. I've got ensuite, sorry.
No wonder they call you lethal. There's shit and toenails everywhere.
Who's your band, James?
I was in a band called Pin Drop. We had a singer called Lloyd, and he sang real nice, beautiful vocals in band practice. And then we had our first gig, and he was like, "You go on before me, and then I'll come on later on." And we're playing the song, and we don't know where he is. And then he jumped on stage in a dress, which he hadn't warned us about. And he just shouted, horrible shouty vocals for the whole gig. And then afterwards, we were like, "Lloyd, that was not the plan." And he was real mature about it. And he was kind of went, "Guys, I'm so sorry. Honestly, I don't know what came over me. It won't happen again." And then we had another gig. And we get there, and Lloyd says to me, "You guys go on. You start playing, and I'll come on later." I was like, "OK, we'll do that, Lloyd. But remember what happened?" He went, "Man, I feel so bad about that last night. It's not going to happen. Honestly, I feel like an idiot. I don't know what to do." I was like, "Good." And we're playing, and then he ran on in the dress again. And then we were like, "Well, we didn't really tell him not to do that, so that's kind of OK." And then he shouted, but not just shouted for the whole gig. He kept on jumping up in the air, and every time he landed, it'd flip the audience off like that. And we said to him afterwards, "Lloyd, we made it real clear not to do that, and you did it again." And he was like, "Listen, guys, I owe you guys an apology. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry about that. At next week's gig, I'm absolutely 100% not going to do that again." And then we had a third gig. And Lloyd went to me, "You guys start playing without me. And then I'll come on later." And I was like, "Lloyd, I'm going to say this very clearly to you. If you shout again, you are out of this band for good. I swear to God." And then we're playing the intro. And then he runs through the audience. It was even more of a rogue move, even for Lloyd. He bought a different dress this time, but fair play, hadn't mentioned the dress. And he also, I noticed, as he was running towards us, had drawn a dick on his forehead. And I thought to myself, that is a bad sign. And then he got the mic and he screamed, not shouting, horrible screaming. And then halfway through the gig, he took his dress off. He's just in these tighty whities, and someone had written "Susie was here" across his chest with an arrow pointing down to his real dick. And then after the gig, Lloyd, we have made this very clear. You're not allowed to shout anymore. And he went, "Hold on a second, guys, hold on a second." And then he walked outside, and then some boys turned up on a bicycle. And all we saw through the glass was they talked to him, and he nodded to them, and we heard him say, "I'm in a band called Pin Drop." He got halfway through Pin Drop, and one of them nutted him and cycled away. And then we couldn't kick him out the band because we felt sorry for him. And he's still in the band to this day.
What were you like as a teenager?
A bit wild.
You were wild. Tell me, what was the wildest thing you ever did?
Oh, just partying. You know, we were at catering college, we were at boarding school, and we used to sneak into the school and go and steal food inside the kitchen and have party, come back with lots of camembert and lots of stuff and drink it.
This is the equivalent of me going, "I love potatoes. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes." We stole camembert and we went crazy in catering college. I am for them getting rid of the advertising for children, but I actually put myself through university doing a McDonald's advert.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in this McDonald's advert where I had to basically horse my tongue into this young fella who was kissing in Ireland for like ages, then find €1 in his back pocket and go, and I'd spend that euro on burgers. And I was like, no one will see this advert, it's gonna be grand. There's one bus stop in the town that I'm from, and I ended up on the bus stop going, and then obviously someone wrote, "Oh, Aislinn's a slut" on it, which, you know, was a fair enough review at the time. But then, you know what my mother did? My mother went in the middle of the night with a bottle of Jif and a J-cloth and wiped it off.
That's a sweet story.
Isn't that a sweet story, Tom? We've all had our struggles, babes.
Yeah, I know. I feel like actually it's a real affinity.
You know what, Aisling? She shouldn't have written it in the first place. It's her own fault.
It's a family business!
OK, what else are people talking about? Buzz in.
Oh, go on.
What do you got?
Is it Notre Dame burning?
I happen to know
Yeah.
you were in France last week.
Yes, I was in Paris and I smoked one blunt under the spire. It's not my fault I don't have ashtrays.
I sang there when I was 12.
You did?
I did.
What did you sing?
I sang the Cantique de Jean Racine.
By Foray?
Yes, by Foray.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yes,
It's my gig, mate. All right.
Yes.
Were you also a choir boy?
I was.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, and you sung in better places than live.
I've sung
This is amazing.
No, he hasn't.
No, but I haven't got pipes like that.
Where have you sang?
Everywhere. Name a cathedral and I've sung in it.
This is quite exciting, but pathetic.
Yeah, I've sung there, mate, 3 times.
It's the weirdest kind of... It's so laddie on one level.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, St Paul's, yeah, I sung in that, yeah.
Well, like, I absolutely love cathedrals. Like, it's my thing. Like, genuinely, to the point where if you name any English cathedral, I can tell you a fact about it.
Don't do
All right,
that.
York
again.
Minster.
He does this.
York Minster, it's a minster, not a cathedral. Oh, OK, cool. Thanks, John.
What's the difference between a minster and a cathedral?
Very good question.
What about Exeter?
Exeter, well, Exeter, it's got 2 towers either side. It's got no tower or spire in the middle, which means the bit of wood that goes from the east end to the west end is actually the largest bit of wood in England. Well, second largest after...
There's going to be someone out there, a lot of people watch this show, there's going to be someone out there that like cathedrals and lads, and in that Venn diagram, they've just hit the fucking jackpot with you.
And hopefully it'll be a lady, because I am lonely.